Hey guys, Jan here. In this video, I want to talk about CARs, controlled articular rotations. Why you should do the CARs and when you should do the CARs. Okay, so CARs are controlled articular rotations, and you hear it by the name itself, controlled and articular rotations. We want to control our movement through the full range of motion we currently have on a daily basis as often as we can, okay? So that's pretty important here, that it is controlled and that we're trying to have as little compensation as possible, so we only want to move the joint which we are working on, okay? Why you should do the CARs. CARs are one of the fundamental and most important stuff we give to you. You should do CARs because they're good for longevity and health of your joint, okay? You maintain your current range of motion with the CARs. So you lose range of motion during months and years of sitting and not going through the full range of motion of your joints, obviously. So joint degeneration is there, and it's happening right as you don't move through your full range of motion again. So that's why CARs are so important. CARs are always so important because they nourish our joints, okay? Remember that. You brush your teeth twice a day, hopefully, and because it's healthy and good for you. And that's what you should do for your joints on a daily basis, at least in the best case, twice a day, in the morning and in the evening. But yeah, that's why you should do the CARs, okay? When you should do the CARs, as I already said, in the morning and in the evening, twice a day is kind of a must. You can start with the morning routine, that's fine. If you're really fighting for a controlled circle with as little compensation as possible. But remember, move your joints more often through the full range of motion, and that's why CARs are so important. So keep that in mind and do your CARs every day.
So now that we know when and why to use CARs, let's go through some examples. We'll start with shoulder CARs. Get into a standing position, and then you go and irradiate. You engage your core a little bit, you engage your glutes a little bit, and you go into full shoulder flexion until you feel like you can't go anymore without compensating. A really common compensation for this one is to go into lumbar extension like this. This is exaggerated, but this is a common compensation that people go through. So make sure you engage your core while doing this and have your glutes engaged, and then you go up into your full shoulder flexion, and then you start internally rotating. The elbow stays locked, arm stays straight. You make sure your upper body is still facing forward, and then your knuckles face your outer thigh. Then you go into extension. When you reach full extension, you externally rotate. Core is still engaged, glutes are still engaged. Coming back into shoulder flexion and down. So when you see it from the front, my upper body is always facing forward. And then I internally rotate, keeping my body in the same direction, keeping it from moving. The only thing moving is my glenohumeral joint and my arm. Just like this. And then another really common compensation that you see is people bending their arm, not rotating all the way through, or bending their wrist going into wrist extension. So make sure you keep everything ready and strong. And then for the next one, that's just like the really common one, it's hip CARs. Might want to hold on to something just to make sure you don't have to balance yourself out. And then you go and start with the same setup, standing position, core engaged, glutes engaged, and then you go into hip flexion, and then you go to the outside and you internally rotate into extension, extend, externally rotate, keep the core engaged so you're not tilting in your lumbar spine like this. Another really common one is to lean sideways and then you lean forward and then back. So really make sure you keep your hips square, your core engaged, and then try to go up, out, in, extend, externally rotate. It's hard when I can't hold on to something, but then this is basically what you want to go for, is to keep everything engaged. And if you want to minimize compensation, then you go against the wall and your hip is touching the wall, and then you can't compensate to the side anymore, so you really stuck on the wall block, and then you go for your hip cars. And the only compensation you can now go through is to go into a lumbar extension, but then what you can do is to engage your core. Make sure you have a slight PPT, or imagine a slight PPT, and this way you won't tilt forward. If you're interested in a full car session, then go check out our online Kinstretch. We have a monthly special uploaded right now in which we discuss cars as a morning routine. And then we also go through cars in every of our online Kinstretch classes. We have a free class uploaded right now on our website. You only have to sign in. And I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, then leave a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. If you want more information, visit our website. The link will be in the description below.